Good morning, viewers. I am Gusti Cintya, one of a student of the Bachelor of English, Faculty of Humanities, Udayana University. And in this video, me and my group mates will be reporting some of countries with best education system as our intermediate listening lesson project assigned by our lecturer, Mrs. Novita Mulyana. Today, we are looking at Japan. We know Japan for its amazing technology and strong economy, but what makes this country so successful? The big secret is actually their unique education system. Now we will see how Japanese schools build strong character, culture, and discipline for their students. First of all, in Japan, manners came before academic grades. In fact, students do not take any exams until they are 10 years old. During these early years, schools focus on teaching respect, kindness, and self-control. They believe that good characters is the true foundation of learning. Another interesting thing is that there are no janitors in Japanese school. So, every day the students clean their own classrooms and toilet together. This teaches them responsibility and teamwork from a very young age. Furthermore, you will rarely see school buses in Japan. Most elementary schools, students walk to school by themselves without their parents. This builds great independence. Lastly, the teachers in Japan are highly respected, just like doctors and lawyers. Their main goal is to teach students how to think critically and solve problems, not just to entertain them. By focusing on discipline and culture, Japan is successfully preparing their young generation for the future. It shows us that a great nation starts with a great character. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Anggina Nasaretta, and for my part, I will be talking about the next country with a very successful educational system, that is South Korea. Education in South Korea is divided widely into a very broad area, such as early childhood education, elementary education, secondary education, higher education, and lifelong education. Their educational system follows the 6334 educational system structure, so that means all of the students there follows the same structure. Because how important education is to the eyes of South Koreans students progress through primary school, secondary school, high school with a very, very high rate of college enrollment. South Korea also received very, very excellent results in programming for international student assessment, or you can say PISA. Now let me explain their educational system structure in a very deeper level. First, we have early childhood education. So basically it's just kindergarten. South Korean's kindergarten aims to provide education and also childcare support to children from every single social economic backgrounds. The education is centered around playing through the educational areas or physical exercises, communication, social relationship, art experiments, and also exploration. Next is elementary school or primary school. It is compulsory and provided free by the government. Since they are following the 6334 structure, elementary school students will go through elementary school for 6 years. Elementary school students in South Korea have an after-school program to develop students' talent and also improve their learning. Next is middle school. Middle school in Korea lasts for 3 years. This is where they start wearing uniforms and also follow a very strict rules for their hairstyles and also accessories. Regular middle school and specialized middle school both exist in South Korea educational system. Regular middle school in Korea provides compulsory education with classes and meal provided by the government. The middle school curriculum consists of required subjects, elective subjects, and creative experimental activities and is as follows. Next is high school. In high school, students can advance to various schools depending on their aptitude. There are general high schools, specialized high schools, special purpose high school, autonomous high school, and also guitar high school. Next is university. South Korea has both 4 years universities and 2 or 3 years colleges universities focused on academic education and research, while colleges specialize in vocational education. College enrollment rate in South Korea is very, very high due to the emphasis towards education. In South Korea, there is firstly competitive education system. The excessive increase in private education expenses and polarization of education are being criticized as issues. No matter how good the educational system is, the race and competitiveness in their education will always be the problem in South Korea that I hope can transform in the future. For my part, I'm Anggina Nasaretta and now continue to my friend.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Come back again with me, Gif. I will report you about education in China. When you think of education in China, you might think of hardworking and long hour of studying. China right now is making a big change to help its students. The government is giving more support to free education, and now millions of young children can go to public preschool for free. And the goals, China goals is making a 15 years old child is for free school. It is no longer just about high test scores. New rules now limit too much homework and private tutoring. School must give students at least 2 hours of sport and doing exercise every day. And they want students to be healthy, happy, and creative. And the university in China are changing too. They are closing old majors that are no longer useful. Instead, they are opening new programs for the future like artificial intelligence, green technology, and modern science. These measures help students get good job after their graduation. And now China is changing how the new generation learns by reduce stress and focus on technology and how to use AI.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Neina Yuzin. I'm majoring in English Literature major and my student number is 250-154-1159. And in this video, I will talk about Finland's educational system. Do you know that Finland doesn't start formal education until the age of 7? That's right, 7. And the students have only one standardized test at the end of their schooling, spend less time in class than most other countries, and yet consistently rank among the top performers in the world in reading, math, and science. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's actually true. Finland's education system has been praised by many experts and policymakers as a model of excellence and innovation. In fact, in 2022, it was ranked first in the World Economic Forum's Global Competitiveness Report for education. So what's their secret sauce and what can the rest of the world learn from this Nordic powerhouse? Let's find out. While many countries focus on standardized testing and hours of homework, Finland places a strong emphasis on personalized learning and fostering creativity. In fact, students in Finland have one of the shortest school days and least amount of homework in the world. In Finland, it's all about quality over quantity. There are also no private schools or tuition fees in Finland, and all the education is funded by the state. This ensures that all students have access to high-quality education and resources, and that there is no competition or ranking among schools, teachers, or students. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Finland's education system isn't just about cramming numbers or memorizing facts. Picture this. Students aren't just learning math. They're also honing their communication, collaboration, critical thinking, creativity, and citizenship skills. In fact, Finland has a national core curriculum which is revised every 10 years and which defines the common values, objective, and principles of education. Moreover, Finland students have the power to shape their own learning experience. They can choose from a plethora of courses and subjects, allowing them to explore and discover their interests. Finland encourages students to dive into extracurricular activities, join clubs, and engage in projects that fuel their curiosity. The result? An education system that nurtures not just academic skill, but a comprehensive development of each student. Now here's a concept that might surprise you. Playtime. Finland believes in the power of play, recognizing that it's an essential part of a child's development. Play is seamlessly integrated into the curriculum, promoting social skills, creativity, and problem solving. Research indicates that play-based learning not only enhances cognitive skills, but also contributes to a positive attitude towards school. In Finland, even primary school students got a 15-minute break after every 45 minutes of instruction, allowing them to recharge and stay focused. Well-being is another key priority in Finnish education. Schools promote healthy habits such as regular exercise and a balanced diet. They also provide students with support for their mental and emotional health. Children often have the same teacher for the first 6 years, making the teacher get to know the students well and is able to develop the tuition to suit their needs. Moreover, unlike many countries, Finland doesn't have standardized tests until the end of high school at the age of 16. This means less pressures on students and a more equitable educational experience. The gap between high and low performing students in Finland is among the smallest in the world. Now let's talk about the real heroes behind Finland's success, the teachers. The teachers are required to have a master's degree and are selected from the top 10% of applicants. The teachers are expected to collaborate with each other, with parents, and with other stakeholders, and to engage in continuous professional development and research. The teachers are also given a lot of independence and flexibility in their work and are not evaluated or monitored by external authorities. Finland has a high regard for teachers and considers them as professionals and experts in their field. On average, the starting salary of a teacher in Finland is somewhere around 32,000 euros, and they are considered equivalent in status to doctors and lawyers in Finland. Another key feature of Finnish education is the high level of trust and autonomy that is given to schools, teachers, and students. It has a decentralized education system, which means that the national government sets the general goals and guidelines, but the local authorities and schools have the freedom and responsibility to design and implement their own curricula, methods, and assessments. Another key aspect that sets Finland apart is its commitment to equality. Finland's education system is designed to be inclusive with minimal disparity between schools. Finland believes that every student has the right to learn and succeed, and that education is a public good and a human right, not a privilege or a commodity. Moreover, the country has a strong focus on inclusion and diversity, and supports students with special needs, immigrants, and minorities in mainstream schools. Finland also has a high proportion of immigrant students and offers them language courses, culture orientation, and integration programs. So, there you have it, all the secret ingredients of Finland's educational system sauce. From a focus on personalized learning to well-trained teachers, a commitment to play, and a dedication to equality. Perhaps it's time for neighboring countries and the global education community to rethink traditional models, prioritize teachers' expertise, and embrace a holistic and student-focused curriculum. And as a matter of fact, by embracing Finland's approach, other countries can begin to create education systems that truly prepare their students for the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. So, Finland has shown us the way. Now it's time for the world to take that leap, and remember, it is never too late to make a difference in the world of education. Together, we can create a brighter future for all children.